Hi, hi everyone. This is Jamie. I just wanted to give you an update on my breast cancer journey. It's been a while and a lot of things have happened, so I'm going to have to break it up. So this is the first part of it. I think the last time we talked, I had said something about the fact that my eyes weren't really working well. I think at that time I hadn't had my mastectomy. I did get a mastectomy, and it's on my right side. I opted not to have reconstruction on that side. However, the skin on that side was not healing well, and they called that debridement, and they had to go in again and fix it. And then um, it had to heal. It took a couple weeks for that, but it didn't heal all the way. So they wanted to do a skin graft where they took skin off of my thigh and put it over my mastectomy side, and it would heal from there. Then of course my thigh had to heal. It's like one thing after the other. In the process of doing, just to go back a little bit, in the process of doing the mastectomy, they put these drains in you to drain out the fluids and stuff. Well, one side was draining well, but the other side there was like nothing coming out, you know. And so I really didn't think anything of it, but go to the doctor and they take out the drains. Next thing you know, um, there is, I can't talk, I can't walk, I can't breathe. It's like all over again. It's like, come on. So I go to the ER, and they say that I'm okay, except for they see fluid in my lungs. So then I get a call from the radiologist saying, we made an appointment for you to get that fluid drained out of your lungs. So I had to go, it's called a thoracentesis. So I had to go 3 times to the hospital for them to drain my lungs. Each time was between a liter and a liter and a half of fluid. So almost 3.5 to 4 liters of fluid later, um, I was feeling a little bit better. Um, and then after that was the uh, cleaning up the skin and skin graft, and it just seemed like one thing after the other. So I'm going to give you this part and then I'm going to close. So during that time, the doctor, the surgeon, her secretary called me and said, I've made an appointment for you with the oncologist, because I really hadn't met the oncologist because I dumped my first oncologist. And she said, well, I'm making this appointment for May 26th. Well, it was about May 1st or around that. So I was like, well, it can't be too bad. She made it about May 26th. And so, and she said the surgeon sees a few areas of concern, which I think I might have mentioned that before. I'm not sure. So she said, okay, we'll make the appointment for May 26th. So I did that. And then May 26th comes around, or almost May 25th comes around, and I get a phone call from the doctor's office saying, that if I didn't do my labs, I need to reschedule. And I was like, I don't know about labs that I have to get done. I was supposed to get the results of my MRI, because that's what I got. And I was supposed to get a result, and there were some areas of concern. So then I had to call that girl back. I said, you made the appointment for May 26th. They have no information on me whatsoever. And then she was like, oh, look at this. This computer doesn't talk to this computer. So they didn't get the information. I'm like, what? Like, it's my life here, and they don't even have the information. So she goes, well, I will walk it right over to him right now, and then I'll call you back. And I'm like, okay, great. So then she walks over the MRI to him, and he says right away, oh, she can't wait another day. She has to see me tomorrow on the 26th. Because they were trying to make it for June 13th, right? Ah, man. So anyway, I was just so upset because obviously if she had got the information to him when she said she was going to, which has been around May 1st or 2nd, he would have been able to say, oh, we need to see you right now. So anyway, long story short, these areas of concern, he saw, they did a PET scan, MRI, CAT scan. I mean, they did everything. If there was a scan to it, they did it. And they saw some areas of activity because they put this sugar in you, I think, when they do the PET scan. And if there's any reaction, then that could indicate that there's any metabolism, then that can indicate that there's cancer. Oh my gosh. So I guess there were 3 areas, one at the back of my neck, one in my spine, and one in my kidney, I think. And so the doctor goes, how are you? Do you feel okay? And I said, yeah, I feel okay. And he said, oh, well, I just want to let you know that, we saw these areas and we have concern. And, if you get tumors in your spine, you could go paralyzed and never walk again. He says it like it's some kind of like a prize. Like, please, that's not something I want, okay? And then so he says, so I want you to do another MRI, and then I have some medication that I can put you on, to slow this potential growth, if it is tumors. And I said, well, why don't you put me on the medication now, and then let's do the MRI, another MRI, and then if you see a difference, then we'll know the medicine's working. And if you don't see the difference, then we'll know it's not working. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so he puts me on this cancer medication, and then actually I did another MRI, and he was like, guess what? What we saw, what we were really concerned about, is no longer an area of concern, right? But before that, okay, what happened was I had made an appointment with the radiologist so I can do radiology. And the clerk says to me, I'm sorry, but the doctor wanted me to tell you that you're no longer a candidate for radiation. I'm like, what? What does that mean? Well, they feel like your problems are more systemic, so you might have to go back on chemo. And I was like, well, no one tells me this. So I was really upset. So I called the doctor's office and I was like, no one tells me anything. And I had to hear from a clerk that I might have to go back on chemo. But what he went to tell me was the medication that they put me on had shrunk whatever they saw. So he wanted to put me on another medication that works with it. And it'll act like a cancer treatment, but it's not chemo, but it'll keep the estrogen from growing, because that's my problem, is that I produce too much estrogen. And I guess the first medication, he saw such results that he was just thinking that he could add the other medication with it. So that's what we're doing right now. He said, though, later he may have to revisit it if he doesn't think it's working. But I'm going to say this too. Sorry. Because I don't have to do 2 or 3 tapes. I think I'm going to get it done. So I came into him the very first, when I came to ask him questions, and I said, "So it looks like I'm not a candidate for radiation." And he said, he said, "Oh, you're not? Well, why not?" I'm like, "Why not? Isn't that what you said?" Yo, I don't know about this. I mean, I don't know about uh, doctors and hospitals, and I mean, I work at a hospital, and I still don't know about doctors and hospitals. You can't trust them. You know. In the meantime, I'm on those two medications, but I also finding out about different supplements. Turkey tail is good for cancer. Vitamin D lowers your estrogen. Cherries lowers your estrogen. And I'm just looking now into CMOS. My good friend Savannah, she let me know that it carries 92 of the necessary nutrients that our body needs. And I think our body needs like 108 or something. So that's where I'm at right now. Um, every day is a new day, and also a blessing. I can see, I can drive. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, I was sitting in the house and I was like, I don't think I'm seeing double now. I was seeing double so bad that when I was in the car in a passenger seat and the cars would drive by, it looked like they were trying to hit me. And so I'd have to close my eyes just to get through a car ride. And all of a sudden, I told Steve, I said, I think you need to take me out. I think I could drive. And I can. So I'm blessed. And now I'm like, okay, so why am I on disability again? I mean, all of a sudden I'm feeling good. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to work per diem. We'll see how that goes. Because I really don't know if I'm still going to have to go on radiology or not. But right now, I'm doing really well. So thank you all. I love you all. Thank you for being there for my journey. Sorry it took so long, but I didn't want to say anything until I actually got the other medication. But I got it now. So, yeah. So this is a blessing, and I'll keep you informed. I have a wonderful summer. If I take that long, hopefully I'll be able to post again, maybe sometime in July or August. All right. Have a good one. Love you. Bye-bye.